All right. Another series sweep for the Phillies, their second consecutive series sweep, getting the road off to a very nice start. And listen, um, no, no, I don't want to look down on any victories, and I'm not going to. Yes, the Rockies are a bad baseball team. Yes, they have one of the worst records in the entire majors. Yes, they've been historically bad for as long as I can remember for the better part of the last 20 years. But I mean, listen, a series win is a series win. And even bigger, a series sweep is a series sweep, regardless of who you play. Um, and the Phillies did exactly what they were supposed to do to a clearly inferior team. They beat up on them um, for the better part of all four games. There were a few times where they got out on top of us early on, but the Phillies they were able to right the ship and they were able to um, handle handle their business each of the four games, particularly in the seven in the late innings of the game. I'm talking like seventh inning, eighth inning, and so forth. Um, the Phillies, they're they're playing good baseball, which is really what you want to see from them. And again, like I said, they're handling their business against teams that are not good, teams that they're clearly superior to. Um, and that's really all you can ask for. That's really all you want out of your baseball team. Because if we had lost even one of these games to the Rockies, one of these past four games, we might be singing a whole different tune here. We might be talking about the Phillies in a not so negative light. If we had split the series, or God forbid, if we had lost the series, if we had dropped three out of four to the Rockies, there would be a lot of questions about the Phillies, and maybe they're not as good as we thought they were. So um, I'm not looking down on any of these wins. Um, Talk again about stacking wins on top of wins. Um, the Phillies are doing that. They're handling their business. They're getting good pitching performances. Um, for Sanchez, he had a solid outing in that first game. Um, Jesus Luzardo, he had a really nice inning in the second game. Went 6 innings, punched out 10. Um, and then in the third game, we had a fair outing from Taiwan Walker. He went 5 innings. He had a little bit of a rough spot, but the offense was good enough to make up for it, and they were able to kind of clear him a little bit. And then in the final game, Ranger Suarez, um, 6 and 2/3 of a good outing. We didn't give up a run. So really, that third game, from a pitching standpoint, that third game was really the one that we had the most trouble with. Taiwan Walker, um, like I said, he got into a little bit of a jam there, but the offense woke him up, and I think it's nice to see the offense playing well. We're getting big time contributions from everybody. I mean, across the board. Um, our big guys. Kyle Schwarber continues his white hot stretch that he's been on. Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Alec Bohm, um, JT, Nick, even Edmundo Sosa. Even he's getting into the act as well. I think he hit a home run yesterday, or what was it yesterday, or one of these days? I feel like he hit a home run. No, it wasn't yesterday. I know I'm not going crazy. Was it game two that he hit a home run? Uh, Hold on. Sorry, I'm just checking each of these box scores here. Edmundo. So yes, okay, no, it was the first game on Monday that he hit a home run. 4 for 5, the home run. I mean, it's just so nice to see everyone, having a share in the offensive effort. Everyone gets an A for this Rocket series. Again, I don't care that it was a historically bad opponent. If they're a historically bad opponent, then you go down and you beat up on them like you're supposed to. Leave no doubt. Handle your business. And we had if we had faltered in even one of these games, people would be. I think that people would be, trying to throw dirt on the Phillies' names. Well, it's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to take the season series from the Rockies because we swept them the first time too. 3 at home, 4 on the road against them. We're done with the Rockies until next year. So I'm happy. I'm glad with the result. And now we continue our road trip by going out further out west to not they're not in Oakland anymore. They're just called the Athletics. I think they play in like Sacramento or something like that. I don't know, man. That's a topic for another discussion. They'll always be the Oakland Athletics. Um, I don't understand the obsession with moving all of Oakland's professional sports teams to Las Vegas, but that's it's whatever. I always think of them as Oakland. It just rolls off the tongue better. The Oakland Raiders, the Oakland Athletics. I know they weren't called Oakland, but in Golden State in the Golden State Warriors. I know they played in Oakland too. So, uh, yeah, that's just a disgruntled sports fan, my opinion. I don't like the fact that they're trying to force Vegas down everyone's throats, but who am I? Who am I? 3 game series with the Athletics, another bad opponent. Though I feel like the Athletics have been playing much better um, of late. Uh, they okay, no, they haven't been playing. They've been swept. They've been they've been swept by their last 2 opponents, and they lost 3 of their last. Oh man, sheesh. Okay, yeah, they they are as bad as I thought. I'm looking at their each of their series. They haven't won a series. Looks like since the beginning of the month. They lost to the Mariners. They lost to the Yankees. Lost to the Dodgers. Were swept by the Giants, Angels. We're swept by the Giants and the Angels. So yeah, they are as bad as advertised. So it'd be nice to go out there and to get a sweep, handle our business on the road before we get ready to come back home for a for a home stretch. I believe we have the Braves and the Brewers on tap for that home stretch. So go out there, handle our business, try and get these 3 wins, or at least get a series win. We want to try to get all 3, but a series win, again, stacking series wins after series win. Let's try to do that and keep this momentum going because I feel like I'm not I can't remember who's on our schedule coming up, but I feel like we're about to go into a rigorous stretch here. So just stack wins on wins. Let's keep the good times rolling.